Hi, I'm here to give you a quick work status update. We had some unscheduled downtime earlier this morning because of a machine breakdown on the assembly line.
Yes, I heard. What's the current status? Have you made any real progress with the repairs?
Some progress, but we ran into a few unexpected issues. The repair work is still ongoing at the moment.
What kind of issues? Was it more serious than you thought?
The main issue is with the motor alignment. We thought it would be a quick fix, but we hit alignment issues that caused further delay.
What caused those alignment issues exactly?
One of the brackets holding the motor was misaligned, which led to the motor malfunctioning. We're fixing it now, but it's delicate work.
Understood. So how much more time do you estimate?
It'll likely take another 45 minutes, maybe a bit more. We're also waiting on a replacement part to complete the fix.
That's 1.5 hours total, not great for our production schedule. How's the rest of the production line?
Fortunately, all other machines are running fine. We completed the scheduled maintenance on the conveyor belts and packing machines earlier.
What about the packing machine you mentioned?
There was a small defect in one of the parts. We've ordered a replacement part and expect it in about 30 minutes.
Will that delay us further?
Possibly, but it's a minor issue. Once the part arrives, it'll only take about 10 to 15 minutes to install.
So in total, we're looking at close to 2 hours of downtime today.
Yes, that's our estimate, but we're doing everything we can to expedite the repairs and minimize the impact.
All right. Keep me updated as soon as anything changes.
Will do. I'll give you another update once the repairs are complete.
Hi, line leader, I am here for the shift handover. Can you update me on my assigned task?
Hi. Sure. Today, you'll be working on monitoring the assembly line, checking the machine settings, and ensuring all components are properly installed. You'll also need to track the production output and report any delays.
Understood. Are there any specific targets for my shift?
Yes, the production target for this shift is 500 units. We need to make sure the cycle time is optimized to meet this goal. If you notice any bottlenecks, let me know immediately.
Got it. Were there any issues during your shift that I should be aware of?
Yes. The conveyor belt on line 3 was slower than usual. The maintenance team was notified, but they haven't fixed it yet. Keep an eye on it and try to manage the workflow efficiently.
Will do. Are there any quality concerns I should focus on?
Yes, the quality control team reported an increase in defective products due to misaligned components in the pick-and-place machine. Make sure the alignment settings are correct before starting your shift.
Thanks for the update. Do I need to handle any machine maintenance tasks?
No major maintenance tasks, but the soldering station has been overheating occasionally. If it happens again, notify the technicians immediately and switch to manual mode if necessary.
Noted. What about the inventory levels?
We're running low on PCB boards and capacitors. The warehouse team is expecting a new delivery in the next few hours, but in the meantime, make sure to monitor usage carefully.
All right. Any special instructions from the supervisor?
Yes, the supervisor wants to ensure that everyone follows the work procedures properly and maintains safety protocols at all times. Also, make sure the workstation stays organized and clean.
Hi Jack, welcome to the production floor. Today, I'll walk you through the attach process for IRCF units. Are you ready?
Thanks, Emma. I'm excited but also a bit nervous. What exactly is the attach process?
No worries. The attach process is where we bond the IRCF unit to the base using a special adhesive. It's a crucial step because any mistake can lower our production yield.
Got it. So what's the first thing we need to do?
First, we set up the fixture. The fixture holds the IRCF and the base in the exact position. Correct alignment is critical to avoid misalignment later.
How do I make sure the parts are aligned correctly?
Good question. You place the parts into the fixture carefully, and then check the markers. If the markers line up, you're good. Misaligned parts can cause issues during curing.
What is curing?
Curing is the process where the adhesive hardens under a controlled environment, usually heat or UV light. We need to make sure the curing time and temperature are exactly as per the standard procedure.
What if something goes wrong during curing?
If there's an error, like incomplete curing or contamination, we need to stop and do a full inspection. Sometimes, it might require rework.
What kind of contamination should I watch out for?
Dust, fingerprints, moisture, anything that can affect the bond strength. Always clean your hands and wear gloves when handling materials.
Understood. After the curing, what comes next?
After curing, we do an inspection. We check for proper bonding, no visible gaps, and no signs of misalignment.
What happens if the part fails inspection?
If it fails, it goes to the rework station. They'll either repair it or scrap it, depending on the issue. But our goal is always to minimize rework to keep the production yield high.
Makes sense. How long does the whole attach process take?
Hey, we have an issue with the reflow oven in line 5. The solder joints are inconsistent.
What do you mean by inconsistent?
Some joints are cold soldered, while others are overheated. I checked the temperature profile, and the readings are fluctuating.
Fluctuating? What's the temperature deviation?
The peak temperature should be 245 degrees Celsius, but it's dropping to 230 degrees Celsius and then suddenly spiking to 260 degrees Celsius.
That's a serious issue. Have you checked the thermocouples?
Yes, I compared the readings using an external thermal profiler. The values are different from the reflow oven's built-in sensors.
That suggests a sensor calibration issue. Did you notice any alarms on the HMI screen?
Yes, I saw a heater zone imbalance warning. Some zones are hotter than others.
That could mean a failure in the heater elements. If some are overheating while others are cooling too fast, it could also affect the conveyor speed.
Exactly. I noticed the conveyor belt was slightly unstable, which might be worsening the temperature fluctuation.
We need to check the PID controller settings. If there's unstable power input, it could impact the heater regulation.
Also, I think there might be a problem with the exhaust system. If the airflow pressure is too high, it could be cooling the boards too fast, causing cold soldering.
Good point. I'll run a heater element test and check the exhaust fan speed.
Should we also recalibrate the thermocouples?
Yes, we need to recalibrate the temperature sensors, check the power supply stability, and inspect the conveyor motor.
Great. Let me know what you find. We need to stabilize this process as soon as possible.
Understood. I'll update you after the inspection. Hey, I noticed that the IRCF attach process is running a bit slower today. Have you checked the connection points lately?
Not really. I've been focusing on material input settings for the past hour, trying to calibrate the machines. But now that you mention it, the connection points could be the issue.
Exactly. When the system is attaching, the circuit board connections need to be aligned perfectly. If there's even a small misalignment, it could cause significant delays. Have you verified the alignment of the pins before starting?
No, I didn't check the pins properly this morning. I'll go over them again. I assume they should be aligned at a specific angle, right?
Yes, exactly. The pins need to be in perfect alignment to ensure the attachment process runs smoothly. Misalignment could lead to inconsistent connections. After that, double-check the voltage settings as well. Sometimes the settings can fluctuate if the system's not calibrated.
Alright, I'll adjust the pins and check the voltage immediately. But what if it's not the connection points? Could it be something related to the software settings? I haven't noticed any errors on the display, but I'm not sure if everything's up to date.
That's a good point. It might be a software issue. Let's check the system's software to make sure it's running the latest version. Sometimes, outdated software can cause delays, even if there's no visible error on the display.
Okay, I'll check the software and see if there's any update pending. But if the software is up to date, what should we check next?
If the software is fine, we can move on to the hardware connections. The IRCF system relies heavily on the physical setup as well, especially the circuit board connections and the attachment modules. If something is loose or not properly connected, it can affect the entire process.
Got it. I'll double-check the attachment modules and the connection cables. Maybe there's a loose cable somewhere. But how do I test the physical connections to be sure?
Good question. To test the physical connections, first, you need to disconnect the system from power, then check each cable for any signs of wear and tear. After that, use the voltage tester to ensure there's no interference or fluctuation in the circuit. If everything checks out, reconnect the cables and see if the system performs better.
Alright, I'll disconnect the power and start inspecting the cables for any issues. But should I also inspect the IRCF connectors for any damage?
Absolutely, check the connectors carefully. Even the smallest damage to the IRCF connectors can disrupt the entire attaching process. Pay attention to the pins in particular, as they can be very sensitive. Sometimes dirt or dust can cause poor connection, so make sure to clean them properly.
Understood. I'll clean the connectors and the pins carefully. I'll also inspect the power supply to ensure it's stable. If that's not the issue, should I call the technical support team to check the equipment further?
Yes, it wouldn't hurt to have them come in if we can't find anything. It's always good to have a second opinion, especially when it comes to complex systems like this one. But before you do that, let's make sure the IRCF system settings are correct. Sometimes a minor change in the settings can cause problems.
Okay, I'll go over the settings again. I remember the system asking for a manual adjustment yesterday. Maybe I missed something while setting it up.
Exactly. Sometimes the system needs manual adjustments, and if they're missed, it can lead to a variety of issues. Make sure you go through the IRCF settings step by step, checking each parameter. If something seems off, adjust it and see if the process speeds up.
I'll do that. I'll check the settings and make sure everything is properly configured. And I'll also double-check the manual to see if there are any updates I missed. Thanks for the guidance.